Have you ever been there? I mean, you hit that midday wall, or maybe you've just wrapped up a really tough workout, feeling completely drained,
Oh yeah, that feeling.
and instinctively, like your hand just reaches for something promising a quick jolt of energy or recovery, usually in a bright, almost glowing bottle. It's such a familiar scene, right?
Absolutely. That desperate grab for a pick-me-up when your body feels like it's running on fumes.
And the marketing, I mean, it promises such a speedy solution.
It really does.
Well, today we're taking a truly deep dive into healthier hydration beyond sports and energy drinks.
Good topic.
Yeah, our mission is really to cut through all that dazzling marketing hype. You know, the stuff surrounding those popular beverages we see absolutely everywhere. The gym cooler, the gas station fridge, even all over our screens.
They are everywhere.
We're going to uncover what science really says about optimal hydration and, genuine energy support. This deep dive isn't just about pointing out the problem. It's about equipping you with practical, science-backed alternatives.
Alternatives that actually serve your body's complex needs, right? Rather than just giving you that fleeting sensation.
Exactly.
What's truly fascinating here, I think, is just how deeply ingrained these marketing messages are. In our daily lives, I mean. They whisper these promises of peak performance or instant revitalization. And they often influence our choices precisely when we're most vulnerable. When we're tired, really thirsty, or feeling completely depleted.
Yeah, it's so easy to just grab one there.
It's incredibly easy to succumb to the allure of those brightly colored labels and those bold claims. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain a bit on what's actually in those bottles.
Okay.
And, maybe more importantly, discuss what genuinely supports your body's intricate systems, helping you navigate that overwhelming flood of information.
All right.
And empower you to make truly informed choices for your long-term health.
It's astonishing, isn't it? When you step into almost any grocery store, convenience store, or even just glance at the drinks cooler at your gym, you're bombarded with options.
Totally. The colors alone.
The vibrant colors of sports drinks, the sleek, kind of futuristic cans of energy boosters, Red Bull, Celsius, Gatorade. They're omnipresent. They're practically cultural symbols at this point.
That's a good way to put it.
And they promise us rapid hydration, an undeniable burst of energy, maybe even enhanced athletic performance. The marketing isn't just effective, it's like masterful in tapping into our desire for quick fixes.
Definitely.
But the central question we really need to ask, and the one we're digging into today is, do these widely consumed beverages truly deliver on those bold promises? And beyond that immediate feeling, are they actually helping or, harming your long-term health in the process? That distinction between perception and physiological reality, it feels absolutely critical.
It is, because our bodies are incredibly sophisticated biological systems, right?
Yeah.
And every single thing we introduce into them, whether it's food or drink, has a cascading series of effects. The initial appeal of these drinks is, like you said, undeniable. You might feel that immediate jolt, that temporary lift, a rush of energy that seems to banish fatigue for a bit.
For a little while, yeah.
But it's crucial to understand the exact physiological mechanisms behind that feeling and to critically assess whether those mechanisms actually align with your body's real, sustained physiological needs.
Especially after, say, intense exercise.
Exactly. Or during long periods of mental focus, or even when you're just trying to maintain stable energy throughout a demanding day. We're talking about the difference between a real solution and maybe just a temporary bandage that might even be causing further internal stress.
Oh, okay, so when we grab that bright bottle, what's often the very first thing giving us that perceived boost, but also kind of setting us up for a fall, it's usually hiding in plain sight, right?
Usually.
And that brings us to what I like to call the sugar trap. I mean, many of us are generally aware that too much sugar isn't great, but the sheer astonishing amount found in some of these hugely popular drinks is really startling when you actually look at it.
Can be, yeah.
Let's take a standard 20-ounce bottle of a really well-known sports drink, like Gatorade, for example. It contains approximately 34 grams of sugar.
34 grams.
Yeah. To put that into perspective, that's almost as much sugar as you'd find in a full standard can of soda.
Wow. Okay.
And often people are drinking these thinking they're getting healthy hydration or recovery.
And that's a truly significant amount, especially considering when people often drink them. Now, that rapid influx of simple sugars can provide a quick energy spike, and I really emphasize quick,
Right?
which might be beneficial for, say, elite athletes engaged in prolonged, really intense multi-hour endurance activity where their glycogen stores are just being hammered.
Okay, so very specific situation.
Very specific.
Yeah.
But for the vast majority of people, and certainly for casual exercisers, or those just trying to power through an afternoon slump,
Yeah, like most of us.
that rapid influx of sugar is invariably followed by an inevitable crash. Your blood sugar levels surge, right? Which forces your pancreas to pump out a flood of insulin, basically slamming the brakes on your body's steady energy production. Then your blood sugar plummets just as quickly, leaving you feeling even more tired, maybe more sluggish, often more irritable than you were before you even drank it.
It's like being caught in a brutal energy roller coaster. That really resonates.
Exactly.
It's like building this impressive-looking sandcastle that seems solid for a second, but then it just crumbles really fast, leaving you with less than you started with.
That's a great analogy.
And beyond that immediate kind of unpleasant ride, what are the broader, more concerning long-term implications, from consistently consuming such substantial amounts of added sugar? Because this isn't just about a temporary slump, is it?
No, absolutely not. The long-term health consequences of chronic excessive sugar intake are, well, they're not just well documented, they are a major public health concern. No. We're talking about a significantly increased risk of weight gain, obviously. Yeah. But the issues extend far beyond just that.
Okay.
Consistent sugar surges can lead to insulin resistance. Wow. That's a foundational metabolic disruption where your cells basically become less responsive to insulin over time.
And that's bad because...
Well, it isn't just a precursor to type 2 diabetes, though it certainly is that.
Yeah.
It impacts everything from your sustained energy levels and your body's ability to efficiently burn fat to things like hormonal balance and even cognitive function. It can make you feel perpetually stuck in that energy rut.
Wow. Okay.
And let's not overlook the dental problems. Sugary drinks create a highly acidic environment in your mouth, which is just perfect for bacteria that cause cavities and enamel erosion. Now, this raises an important question because many companies have tried to get around these concerns by offering zero sugar or diet versions, right?
Yeah, you see those everywhere too.
But even these often contain artificial sweeteners, things like sucralose, aspartame, or saccharin.
And those are okay.
Well, emerging research, including important studies highlighted by places like Harvard Health, suggests that these artificial sweeteners might still subtly affect your insulin response. And critically, they can disrupt your gut microbiome even without contributing calories directly.
Gut microbiome, so the bacteria in your gut.
Exactly. This dysbiosis, an imbalance in your gut bacteria, can have really far-reaching effects on your metabolism, your immune system, even your mood.
Huh.
So if even the sugar-free options have these potential, often subtle downsides, what does that tell us about our quest for healthier choices within the same product categories?
It means we need to look deeper, maybe.
It really indicates a fundamental need to look far beyond just the calorie count or the immediate marketing claims on the bottle.
That's a truly profound point. It highlights that health isn't just about avoiding calories or an immediate sugar hit. It's about the broader, more complex metabolic and gut health stuff that ripples throughout your whole system. Speaking of hits, let's talk about the caffeine conundrum. Energy drinks are practically synonymous with a quick, powerful jolt of caffeine.
Oh, absolutely. That's usually the main selling point.
Drinks like Red Bull and Celsius offer really high doses. We're talking anywhere from maybe 160 to 200 milligrams per standard can, sometimes more.
Yeah, that's a significant amount.
To give you a reference point, that's like, what, 2 to 3 strong cups of coffee? Delivered much faster.
Exactly, depending on the coffee, yeah. And it's important to acknowledge that caffeine, in controlled doses, does have some scientifically proven benefits.
Okay, fair enough.
Studies, including many you can find referenced on PubMed, confirm that caffeine can indeed enhance alertness. It works by blocking adenosine, which is a neurotransmitter that promotes sleep and relaxation.
So it wakes you up.
It wakes you up. It can improve focus and even transiently boost physical performance, especially for certain types of exercise. For an elite athlete in very specific controlled situations, a strategic dose of caffeine might actually be part of their performance plan.
And there's almost always a significant but when we're talking about these highly concentrated forms, isn't there?
Usually, yes.
There are considerable downsides, particularly when you consume too much caffeine too quickly or when you consistently rely on it as your main energy source. What actually happens to our bodies when we cross that line from beneficial stimulation to, like, overstimulation and stress?
Well, the downsides for general habitual consumption are significant. Too much caffeine, especially consumed rapidly, can push your nervous system into overdrive,
right?
Leading to uncomfortable jitters, a pronounced feeling of anxiety, And in some people, even heart palpitations as your sympathetic nervous system gets hyperactivated.
Not ideal.
Not ideal at all. And crucially, perhaps most ironically, for a drink marketed for energy or recovery, it severely disrupts your natural sleep quality and patterns.
Ah, sleep.
Right. Caffeine has a half-life of several hours. That means it stays in your system long after you've consumed it, interfering with your body's natural melatonin production and disrupting those crucial deep and REM sleep cycles. You need those for true physical and cognitive recovery.
So the irony is pretty stark there.
It really bites. You're reaching for a drink to help with recovery or get through a demanding day, but if that drink then stops your body from getting the restorative sleep it desperately needs, well, you're actively hindering your recovery process, not supporting it.
Wow.
Sleep is just paramount for muscle repair, hormone regulation, cognitive function, cellular regeneration, everything.
Okay.
Plus, excessive caffeine can also elevate stress hormones like cortisol, keeping your body in a heightened state of alert. That's the complete opposite of what you need for genuine, sustainable recovery or balanced energy. It becomes a vicious cycle. Artificial stimulation followed by deeper depletion.
So when we piece all of that together, the sugar crash potential, the caffeine overload, the sleep disruption, what does this actually mean for someone just looking to genuinely recover from a workout or, effectively navigate their day without feeling strung out and exhausted? It sounds like these quick fixes, far from being helpful, might actually be actively sabotaging the very things we're trying to achieve. Sustained energy and real health.
Exactly. It forces us to really consider the complete physiological picture of what these drinks are doing. Are they truly providing genuine, sustainable energy and supporting your body's natural processes for repair and function? Or are they simply masking fatigue with chemical stimulants and high sugar, potentially creating even bigger problems down the line?
Yeah.
It's about discerning between, like, a fleeting chemical illusion and true biological support.
And that leads us right into the next issue, which is missing nutritional value. When you instinctively grab a sports drink or an energy drink, especially after a hard workout, there's this kind of implicit expectation, isn't there?
Yeah, you assume it's good for you in that moment.
Right. That you're consuming something that will truly nourish your body, replace what you lost, help you recuperate. But the harsh reality is, many of these popular, brightly branded drinks just profoundly lack the essential bioavailable nutrients your body actually needs.
What kind of nutrients are we talking about?
We're talking crucial, naturally occurring electrolytes, vital for cell communication, foundational amino acids needed for muscle repair and rebuilding, and powerful antioxidants to combat the oxidative stress that naturally happens during intense exercise.
That's absolutely correct. Instead of those critical building blocks that your body is practically screaming for after exertion or even just throughout a normal day, what you often get with these highly processed drinks is primarily artificial coloring.
Those shocking neon blues and electric reds.
Exactly. Carbonated fizz for that sensory experience and a temporary unsustainable buzz. It's a qualitative difference that really can't be overstated. Your body operates on a cellular level, right? It requires precise, specific nutrients to replenish what's been used up, to repair microscopic tissue damage, and just to function optimally. These processed drinks, almost without exception, fail to provide those specific foundational components in a balanced or bioavailable form.
So they look the part, but don't deliver the goods.
Pretty much. They are, to use an analogy, like trying to build a strong, sturdy house by focusing only on applying brightly colored, flashy paint to the outside.
Okay, I like this.
Maybe adding some decorative, but totally non-structural flourishes. You might create an appealing facade for a moment. It might even taste exciting or look good on, an Instagram post.
True.
But it is fundamentally hollow when it comes to providing true structural integrity or long-term nutritional support. The core components, the actual bricks, the sturdy wood, the foundational concrete, they're simply missing.
That analogy really hits home, doesn't it? You need the substance, the actual building blocks, not just the fleeting sparkle or the temporary illusion.
Precisely.
Okay, so if that's what not to drink, let's pivot. Let's talk about what to drink.
Yeah.
We're moving into the science-backed sips section. We're going to dive into expert-approved, incredibly effective, surprisingly low-cost, and genuinely easy-to-access beverages.
The good stuff.
The good stuff, stuff that truly hydrates effectively, powerfully supports recovery, and actually comes with a whole host of added long-term health perks. This is where it gets really empowering, I think.
I agree.
Because these are practical, sustainable solutions you can actually integrate into your daily life right now for real lasting benefit.
This is indeed where we shift focus dramatically. We're moving from identifying the problems and common habits to empowering you directly with actionable, sustainable solutions.
Right.
Understanding what genuinely supports your body at a fundamental level. It's the key to making truly informed, consistent, and ultimately healthier choices that contribute to your overall well-being, not just, immediate gratification.
All right, so if we're steering clear of the artificial sweeteners, the excessive sugars, the synthetic additives, where do we find electrolytes in a truly natural, beneficial form?
Good question.
One of nature's best answers, and probably the most well-known of the healthy alternatives, is coconut water.
Ah, coconut water.
Yeah. Many people might think of this as just a trendy, maybe exotic drink, but it is so much more. It's often hailed as nature's original electrolyte drink, and for really good reasons.
Why is that?
It naturally contains essential electrolytes like potassium, which is critical for cellular fluid balance and nerve function, sodium necessary for proper hydration and muscle contraction, and magnesium vital for over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including muscle and nerve function, blood glucose control, energy production. The list goes on.
Okay, so it's packed with the good stuff. These are precisely the electrolytes your muscles need to recover and function properly, especially after periods of sweating or intense activity. And what's crucial here is that coconut water provides these vital minerals in a natural, bioavailable form. Without the synthetic additives, the artificial colors, or the excessive, rapidly absorbed sugars found in many traditional sports drinks.
And calorie-wise.
A standard cup of coconut water contains around maybe 45 to 60 calories, primarily from natural sugars. That's a very reasonable amount. It provides just enough carbohydrate to help electrolyte absorption without causing a big blood sugar spike. Plus, its natural osmolality makes it highly efficient for rehydration.
So we're talking about something that's not just a passing trend, but actually scientifically validated as a fantastic hydrator. I remember reading about a significant 2012 study.
Yes, in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition.
That's the one. It directly compared coconut water to commercial sports drinks and even plain water, and it found that coconut water replenished hydration just as effectively as those commercial sports drinks.
Sometimes better in some measures.
Right, and it was often preferred because of its taste and, importantly, lack of digestive upset. That's an incredibly powerful endorsement for something straight from nature, offering a clean alternative.
It absolutely is. This evidence powerfully highlights that nature often provides exactly what we need in a more complete, balanced, and bioavailable form, often without needing complex chemical engineering or unnecessary synthetic compounds.
It's a testament to simple, whole ingredients.
Exactly. Things our bodies are designed to recognize and use efficiently.
Okay, next up. For those who want maybe even more control over their ingredients or are perhaps on a tighter budget or just love a good DIY project, we have DIY electrolyte water.
Ah, yes, the homemade solution.
This is an incredibly simple, customizable recipe you can whip up right in your kitchen with common stuff. All you really need is about 16 ounces of filtered water, a small pinch, maybe like 18 teaspoons of high-quality sea salt. That gives you crucial sodium and trace minerals, the juice of half a fresh lemon or orange for natural potassium and vitamin C, and maybe a teaspoon of raw honey or pure maple syrup for just a touch of natural sweetness and easily digestible carbs, which also helps with electrolyte absorption, right?
Exactly right. And that homemade blend is remarkably effective because it directly addresses the body's need for balanced hydration and energy.
How so?
Well, the sea salt replenishes lost sodium, which is crucial for nerve impulses and fluid balance. The citrus juice provides potassium, which works together with sodium to maintain that critical sodium-potassium pump at the cellular level essential for muscle contraction and hydration.
That makes sense.
And that small amount of natural sugar from the honey or maple syrup, it helps facilitate the absorption of both sodium and water in the small intestine. Plus, it provides a quick but gentle energy source without that dramatic spike and crash you get from processed sugars.
And the best part is you control it all.
Totally. The beauty of it is it's incredibly budget-friendly, uses clean, identifiable ingredients, and lets you know exactly what goes into your body. You can tailor it precisely to your taste or specific needs.
Like less sweet or more citrusy.
Exactly. Adjust the sweetness for a longer workout, add a bit more citrus for flavor. It's super easy to whip up before a workout, to sip throughout the day, or even use as a gentle rehydrator if you're feeling a bit under the weather.
Love that. Okay, moving on to targeted recovery and performance support. Let's delve into tart cherry juice.
Ooh, interesting one.
This natural elixir has gained significant traction in athletic and wellness circles, and for very compelling reasons. It's incredibly rich in compounds called anthocyanins.
Which are powerful antioxidants, right? Part of the flavonoid family.
Exactly. A standard cup usually has around 130 calories.
And the benefits of tart cherry juice go way beyond just being an antioxidant powerhouse. These anthocyanins are particularly effective at combating and reducing muscle inflammation and oxidative stress.
Which happen naturally with exercise.
Yes, they're natural byproducts of intense exercise. When we push our bodies, we produce free radicals and inflammatory markers. Anthocyanins work to neutralize these free radicals, reducing cellular damage and modulating those inflammatory pathways.
And why is that so important?
It's profoundly significant because chronic or excessive inflammation is a major contributor to post-workout soreness, that delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS.
Oh yeah, DOMS. Not fun.
Not fun at all. And it can lead to prolonged recovery times, keeping you out of the gym longer or impacting your next performance. So reducing that inflammation is key.
That's fascinating. So it's not just about repairing muscle, but actively reducing the actual discomfort that can sideline us. And I've heard whispers of another, maybe even more surprising benefit tied to it, something beyond inflammation.
You're absolutely right. Here's where it truly gets interesting. There was a study published in the Scandinavian Journal of Medicine and Science and Sports. It demonstrated that athletes who consistently consumed tart cherry juice experienced significantly less muscle soreness and a notably faster recovery period compared to a placebo group, which is great.
Definitely.
But the added perk, which is especially relevant in our modern, often sleep-deprived world, is its natural melatonin content.
Melatonin, like the sleep hormone.
Exactly. Tart cherry juice is one of the few natural food sources of melatonin, the hormone critical for regulating your sleep-wake cycle. So by reducing inflammation and supporting natural sleep, it's a powerful 2-for-1 benefit.
Wow.
You recover faster physically, and you improve the quality of your restorative sleep, which is fundamental to overall health, cognitive function, and continued athletic progress.
That's a remarkable synergy, isn't it? Natural recovery and better sleep from one source. That's pretty cool.
It really is.
Now, for those who are really pushing their limits, maybe doing fasted cardio or heavy strength training, water plus BCAAs, branch chain amino acids, can be a significant game changer.
Yes, BCAAs.
These typically add only about 10 to 25 calories, depending on the brand and serving size.
Right. And BCAAs are indeed critical, and understanding why they work is really essential. Unlike most other amino acids, which get metabolized in the liver, BCAAs, specifically leucine, isoleucine, and valine, can be directly metabolized by your muscles.
Okay, so straight to the muscles.
Pretty much. This means that during prolonged or fasted exercise, when your glycogen stores might be running low and your body might otherwise start breaking down muscle tissue for energy.
Which you don't want.
Definitely not. BCAAs provide a direct, accessible fuel source. They basically spare your existing muscle tissue from catabolism or breakdown.
Okay, spares the muscle. What else?
They also support prolonged endurance by reducing central fatigue, helping you maintain mental focus during tough workouts. And leucine, in particular, is a powerful activator of the mTOR pathway.
mTOR.
Yeah, it's the primary signaling cascade that kickstarts muscle protein synthesis, the actual process of repairing and building new muscle tissue after a workout.
Ah, so it helps build muscle too.
It signals for it, yes. It's not just about preventing breakdown. It's about actively signaling for growth and repair. That's why that scientifically researched 2.1.1 ratio of leucine to isoleucine and valine is so widely recommended to maximize these benefits. Look for formulas free of unnecessary additives and artificial colors, of course.
Got it. So if we connect this to the bigger picture, understanding how specific targeted nutrients directly support these incredibly complex cellular processes for recovery and performance, it really shifts our perspective, doesn't it?
It really does.
It moves us away from just a generic energy-in mindset towards much more targeted physiological support. BCAAs, then, aren't just another supplement. They're precise, fundamental building blocks that can optimize your body's adaptive responses to training.
Exactly. It's about empowering your body with the specific raw materials it needs to not just perform under duress, but to effectively repair, rebuild, and grow stronger, rather than simply providing general, often inefficient fuel. It's a more sophisticated approach to fueling your body, for sure.
Okay, now, let's talk about some everyday hydration and wellness boosts. These are things that are incredibly accessible, super low cost, and genuinely easy to incorporate into just your daily routine for consistent benefits.
The simple stuff that works.
Exactly. First, herbal infusions and teas. Think invigorating peppermint tea, soothing ginger tea, or the widely celebrated green tea. These are virtually calorie-free, right? Maybe 0 to 5 calories per cup.
Right. And they offer mild, natural stimulation and truly excellent hydration without any of the added sugar, artificial chemicals, or sudden crashes found in so many processed beverages.
Green tea in particular gets a lot of attention.
It does, and for good reason. It's packed with a type of powerful antioxidants called catechins. The most famous one is epigallocatechin galatia, or EGCG.
EGCG,
The
yeah.
EGCG has been studied extensively for its ability to subtly increase thermogenesis, that's your body's heat production and energy expenditure, and to support fat oxidation. That's why it's a staple in many wellness routines. And beyond green tea, ginger tea can aid digestion and reduce nausea, while peppermint tea can soothe upset stomachs and provide a really refreshing burst. These are just fantastic for consistent, gentle hydration throughout the day, providing subtle but significant health benefits without any of the downsides of synthetic alternatives.
And they're so incredibly easy to brew, widely available pretty much everywhere, and offer that comforting warmth on a cool day or a refreshing coolness when you ice them.
Very versatile.
Just a fantastic, versatile go-to for daily hydration that also delivers beneficial compounds. And then there's infused water. Sometimes people call it spa water.
Ah, yes. Sounds fancy.
Sounds fancy, but it's as simple and elegant as adding sliced cucumbers, vibrant lemons, fresh berries, or fragrant herbs like mint or basil to your plain filtered water.
This is a zero-calorie game changer for anyone who finds plain water a bit, well, uninspiring.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to drink enough.
Exactly. It provides a refreshing burst of natural flavor. It looks visually appealing, which actually makes it more inviting to drink.
Yes.
And crucially, it actively encourages consistent water intake throughout the entire day. Many people genuinely struggle to drink enough water, and making it more enjoyable through these natural infusions is a simple yet profoundly effective strategy.
It seems so basic, but maybe that's the key.
It underscores the foundational importance of consistent, enjoyable hydration that goes beyond just post-workout replenishment. Staying optimally hydrated all day long is fundamental for literally everything from sharp cognitive function and mood regulation to efficient detoxification, proper nutrient transport to your cells, optimal organ health.
It's the baseline for everything.
That really is the baseline for all bodily functions.
Okay, finally, we should definitely touch on convenient electrolyte support. The tablets or powders.
Right, the prepackaged options.
Brands like Noonan, LMNT, or Hydrant have become really popular for their portability and ease of use, especially for people with active lifestyles.
And these can be incredibly convenient, particularly for travel or during long endurance events, or maybe when you just need a quick, precise electrolyte boost without carrying a whole jug of coconut water around.
Fair point.
They typically offer controlled sodium-potassium ratios, which is vital for maintaining proper fluid balance and nerve function. Especially beneficial for serious athletes, or maybe folks training in extremely hot and humid weather where sweat loss is really significant.
And the sugar content.
A key benefit is that many of these products are formulated to provide these essential electrolytes without the added sugar that's so prevalent in traditional sports drinks. They tend to focus more on functional ingredients.
But of course, as with all convenient options, there are always important caveats, right? Not all of these are created equal. Some can still hide stuff you don't want.
This raises an important question that brings us back to our central theme. While convenient, it's absolutely crucial to still diligently read those labels. Understand exactly what you're putting into your body.
So read the fine print.
Definitely. You should actively look for products that are free of added sugars, artificial food dyes, and unnecessary fillers. And critically, if you have hypertension or kidney issues or you're sensitive to sodium, you need to be very cautious of formulations with excessively high sodium content. Always check the nutrition facts and the full ingredient list. For supplements like these, it's also wise to look for products that have undergone third-party testing for purity and potency.
To make sure what's on the label is actually in there.
Exactly. To ensure what's on the label is actually in the product. It's about smart, informed consumption, even with seemingly healthy and convenient options. Your personal health profile always dictates the best choice for you.
That's incredibly solid and practical advice. So, okay, to bring it all together. Our core message today seems unequivocally clear. While relying on those highly marketed energy and sports drinks might offer a temporary stimulation, a quick buzz, maybe a fleeting sense of energy, the long-term health costs and that potential for a rebound crash often significantly outweigh those short-term, kind of superficial benefits.
Absolutely. The real, truly sustainable and smart hydration and energy support your body needs. It genuinely comes from whole ingredients, natural electrolytes, controlled and judicious caffeine, if you choose to include it,
Right.
and precise recovery-enhancing nutrients that work with your body's natural processes. It's about consistently providing your body with what it genuinely needs to thrive, to perform optimally, and to heal efficiently, not just providing a fleeting chemical mask to get through the next hour.
Yeah. Whether you're in the gym, lifting heavy weights, hitting the trails for a long run, maybe battling through that infamous 3 p.m. slump at your desk, or simply striving for better overall well-being.
Wherever you are in your day.
These science-backed alternatives we've meticulously discussed today can genuinely keep you moving. With sustained energy, improved focus, and robust recovery, all without the harsh crash, the disruptive jitters, or those long-term health concerns linked to relying on processed, sugary, and overly caffeinated concoctions.
It's about choosing sustainable, effective energy and genuine recovery that supports your entire system.
Well said.
And, if we connect this to the bigger picture, just consider how deeply ingrained these habits of quick consumption are in our society. How many commercials we absorb daily, how many store shelves are dedicated to these flashy, aggressively marketed drinks.
It's a huge part of our culture.
It really is a pervasive part of modern culture.
Okay.
And because of that, making the conscious shift towards choices that truly nourish our bodies, rather than just offering a fleeting sensation, well, it can be challenging.
Yeah, it takes effort.
It does. But it is also incredibly rewarding. It opens up new pathways to genuine vitality. And this prompts maybe a deeper reflection for you, the listener. What other common healthy habits might you re-examine with new critical eyes after this deep dive? Perhaps there are other areas in your life where convenience has subtly or maybe overtly overridden true foundational nourishment. Something to think about.
What a fantastic and thought-provoking question to leave you with. Before we sign off, just a quick but very important disclaimer. The information we've shared today is for informational purposes only. It does not substitute for personalized medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment from a qualified professional.
Always consult your healthcare provider.
Yes, always consult a healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet, your supplementation regimen, or your fitness routine, especially if you have underlying health conditions.
Crucial advice.
Definitely. Thank you for diving deep with us today and exploring the fascinating world of healthier, more effective hydration. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed.
And stay genuinely hydrated.
Yes. Exactly. Stay hydrated.